So this is the poppy paper that we made 2 sets of. Wow, this is really a vibrant, beautiful red for the poppies. And you can see the lines that we made. And there's some beautiful textures in the paper. And I think when I cut it into petals and we treat it, it's gonna look really beautiful. How about that? See how the lines worked out? That's where I'm going to cut each row for my petals, and each petal will have a little bit darker shade at the bottom. So I think this came out really, really beautiful. Okay, so this was the other page of paper. I think I used a slightly different color paper, very slightly different. It's a much more orange color than the other one, with a little more red. These colors are just so beautifully vibrant. I think they're gonna really pop. Okay. So again, you can see the lines that we added onto it, and you can see how I love this paper because there's a transparency to it, like a real flower petal. So this is our paper, and I think it came out really, really interesting, and I think we're gonna have a great flower with it. Okay, we are ready to make the center of the poppy flower, which I have one here. It's a pretty interesting center. It's kind of like a small little bulb in the center, and then it's got crisscrosses of a lighter light green yellow, and then it's got this fringy texture. So the first thing we're going to get is you want one 18 gauge wire. I don't cut them. I used to cut them in half and make 9-inch flowers, but I really feel like 9 inches is a little too short for a lot of vases, so I've been leaving them 18 inches. And if people need to cut them, I'd rather them be able to cut them, because you can't really extend once you make it too short. So I also have some squares of yellow. We're going to use 3 per flower. And you're going to need some crepe paper, also in a yellow color. I use crepe paper, cut about 1 inch, 1.5 inches long, 10 to 12 inches worth. So the first thing you're going to do is take 2 of your yellow squares and put a little drop of hot glue in the center. This is just to make sure that the center stays attached to the wire, and you're just gonna make a big ball at the bottom. Doesn't have to be pretty. This is what you've got, okay? And you'll feel it's on there, the hot glue, it's on there. The hot glue, the hot glue. Okay, then you're gonna take your 3rd square. Now you're going to kind of put one more little dab of hot glue in the center. But now you're going to be very gentle and very neat and try to pull down as smoothly as you can over this bulb so it looks real smooth, just like that, okay? And you are going to tape that off. I have been losing my floral tape all day. I don't know how that happens. So now we're just taping off this first step, okay? Once you master taping, you're good. Just practice. Practice makes perfect. Once we have that done, I have a little bit of tacky glue. I'm just putting it on my finger, and I'm going to rub it all over the top, so the whole top is sticky. Okay. Then I had pieces of crepe paper that I cut into tiny, tiny strips and twisted. And I'm going to put them across, and I'm going to keep turning it and putting it across. So I make like a cross, like a T. And then I just keep going across like you would cut a pizza. so that you have 8 slices almost. Actually, this one I did 6 and it looks pretty okay, so I'm gonna let that go because it's a smaller center. Tape this as well so that these don't come off, but they should stay put. When you tape it, you're gonna tape it up here. You're gonna tape it like halfway up the bulb. Otherwise, it's gonna look like this little loose ball hanging around. This way it looks like it's blooming out of the center. And then the last step is I took crepe paper, say 1.5 inches by 10 inches cut, and then I fringed it, I twisted it, and then with markers, I just did the top in a darker color. And if you cut the bottom on a zigzag when you have it folded, it just makes it less thick at the bottom of the bulb, so that it doesn't look so bumpy. And then I'm just going to twist it around. Poppies are one of the easier flowers to make and easier flowers to teach. So that's going to be pretty much what your center will look like. Not so complicated, and I think the more you do, the better you get. And again, tape this all the way up right where the fringe starts, and it's going to look great. We're going to take the beautiful paper we created and we're going to cut it along the lines that you can barely see them, I think, are like right around here where we put the dye so that it's a little bit darker. And then I'm going to take my petal and just line that up there. So my first cut will be on that darker line. So I'm just going to cut along that line. This paper is thin, so it's going to cut easily for you. So now take your time and cut your paper. This is definitely the point where I put on some good music. Now that we have cut our strips, we are going to start to cut out the petals. So now all my sheets have that dark gradient toward the bottom. I'm going to take my pattern. You really just want to cut out a bunch. I'm doing all the strips at one time. Any extra paper like this that isn't big enough to make another flower, save it, because I can show you other flowers with much smaller petals and I bet you'd use it. So I never discard my scraps. You never know when you need like a quick gift topper, and you can just make a smaller version even if you wanted to. And I'm going to clip my pattern so it doesn't slip. And I'm going to start to use my more precise shears. You'd be surprised at how much over time your pattern will get cut away. So it's always good to retrace your pattern and make a fresh one every once in a while, because I know they start getting smaller as you keep cutting more and more. Okay, now you have your 4 pieces cut nicely. I want you to hold them together and kind of fold them like you're making a fan. We want to kind of beat this paper up a little bit. Poppy flowers look like they've been through the ringer as far as the petals. They're almost wrinkled looking and distressed looking, but yet delicate. So we really want to kind of soften up this paper. And we're going to keep doing this as we work on each petal. Okay, so now I'm going to do it even more. And because I used a very high gloss glue on my paper, this paper is almost, it's got so much play in it. I can seriously just, it won't rip. It's very soft and pliable, which is awesome for the poppy flower. Okay. So So once I have it like that, I'm going to gather the bottom end, and you know it's the bottom because we have more of a straight end on the bottom and a rounded end up top. So I'm now going to pinch all of the bottom together. Take your time. There is no rush in this. Okay, once you have it, squeeze it real tight. And this is going to be your poppy petal. See how you have this beautiful, distressed looking petal? So to keep it like this, I'm going to hot glue this end right here. I also like to just clip it and I can move on. Okay, now I have my 4 petals all glued at the top, and I'm just kind of going to mold them with my fingers. Just kind of pushing down with my thumb and shaping them a little. You also want to kind of rough up the top a little bit. Okay. Once you're good with the way your petals are, and you will have plenty of time to adjust these as we move along after we put them on the stem. But I'm happy with these, they look good. I just want to kind of open them so I can get them on my stem. So now you're going to take the stem that you have already prepared, and with a little hot glue, like right in here, you're going to lay your stem. Just like that. And just hold it a minute and make sure it really locks into place. Now the next one, we're going to put right across from it. So same thing. If you want to open up some of this, it's all very expandable in there before you put the glue on it. And we're just making a little nest for your stem to fit. We're not going to worry about how this looks because it's going to get covered up. Keep on going. Right where there's a crack. And I'm putting a lot of pressure down as I'm pushing this all in. I'm really squeezing tightly. Last one, going over this crack. Now these are not going to go anywhere, so this is your chance. Now you can see, if you push down here, you can open your flower up a little bit and start to see how it's coming together. Look how beautiful that's looking. When I make leaves, I tend to make a full sheet of just 2 or 3 sheets of green tissue paper, maybe 1 yellow, 1 orange, 1 light green, and I make a whole sheet of this so that when I need pieces to go at the bottom, I always have it. So you're going to take your pattern, and again, I think we only need 3 or 4 of these. Real quickly, I'm just going to give these a little curl. What I'm going to do is literally put these right here and they will cover, and then I can tape. So I'm going way up high and putting glue along that whole bottom tab. And right where the flower sits, I'm going to wrap this around like that. Don't worry about this part. You will eventually just push it down here, see? This is the part that matters. Just push it up so you can work on the next one. So again, we're going to put glue all the way down there. And right where the flower sits. Just hold it till the glue sets. So I only need 3 of these. And now we can tape it, and I like to add a little hot glue on the tip so I know it'll hold. And we can start this right down the bottom here. Wow, that was a good match between paper and tape right there. So now I just want to, I want to pull, kind of curl this up so it has a nice edge on it. And now you can really open up your petals. And I think you can see it's really very beautiful flower. All right, so the only thing missing now is leaves. I think you know how I make my paper in a long sheet with the wires already in them. So I've cut the sheet into leaf-sized pieces. It's my leaf pattern. So I'm truly just going to cut out 2 or 3 leaves for each flower. Always spray, otherwise you might rip your paper. Isn't that pretty? Okay, we're in the home stretch. We are going to add our leaves to our stem. So you're really just gonna start adding them and taping them as you go. So the spots where you want to add another leaf, I would cut the stem, tape over that edge, and that's where your joint is for your next leaf. So that way your stem is always going to be 2 wire lengths, 2 wire thickness. It won't get thicker and thicker every time you add a leaf. So again, if I wanted to add a 3rd leaf here, I would just trim this wire off to make room for the new one. So now same issue when you get down to the bottom. I don't want my stem to suddenly go from 2 wires to 1. So I'm either going to trim my flower at the end of this wire, or I'm going to add another piece of wire to make it longer. So where this wire ends, I'm going to want to add another wire just if I want to keep it the full 18-inch length. Otherwise, your stem is going to suddenly get thinner, and that would be odd toward the bottom of the flower. So I'm only going to go as far down as the original 18-inch stem was, and then I'll finish it off. So this gives them lots of room to put it in a vase, and the leaves still can fit. So now you just want to make it pretty. You want to bend your leaves out, give it a little personality, give it a little bend in it. And you can keep playing with your petals, open them up or close them as much as you want. But here is your beautiful poppy flower. Leave me a message if you have any questions. I'm always available to help. And I hope I inspired you to take a flower from literally making the paper for it all the way to a finished product. So I think a flower like this is the perfect way to give someone some joy today. Keep spreading the joy, and I'll keep igniting the creativity. Have a great day.